Something that I realized after, having my daughter and having to take her to places like Children's Hospital. First of all, I don't go to the doctor unless I have to. When I was 19, I was raped by a doctor during a physical exam. I've never stepped foot into a doctor's office until I have to because of that. So from then on, I just learned how to take care of myself. The only time I've actually gone to the hospital is when my daughter's limbs were broken or when I needed a diagnosis for something. And I needed to, get an ultrasound or MRI, something that, because of what the medicine that I know doesn't work, I need to figure out a diagnosis that I don't know about so that I can figure it out myself. And they don't like that. They don't like it when you want to take their medicine, right? But one thing I did realize when I would, go to the doctor is that they have you sign this paperwork. And I always make a point to read everything that I sign, no matter how long the document is. And what they're actually having you sign, there's a little paragraph and all that stuff that says that you're going to be treated by students, not by doctors. So when you go to any of these doctor places, hospitals, Children's Hospital does it. You're not getting treated by a doctor at Children's Hospital. You're getting treated by a student. You're not getting treated by doctors anymore at Native American Health, which was our practitioner that we went to because I felt they understood the fact that I didn't want to deal with Western medicine. When they lost all their funding after 9/11, their whole philosophy changed because they had to take money from new places and they had to start hiring folks that weren't with their philosophy. Right. So we stopped going to them too. But that same kind of thing happened with my daughter where I took her in. She was really, really sick and none of the medicine that I was using was working. So I just wanted to make sure she was cool. And while I was sitting there in the waiting room, I saw all these signs about this was several years ago when she was 4. She's 11 now, about this year's flu virus, right? And the flu virus described everything that my daughter was going through. It was not a normal flu. So I was kind of relieved. I'm like, oh, this is just this strain of flu that's out right now, this so-called flu, and she happens to have it. So they were looking at her, she's fine, there's nothing wrong with her, it's this flu. Mind you, this is a new doctor, a white doctor who had just started working at Native American Health, and then she starts looking through my file, she's like, your daughter's not vaccinated. She's not up to immunizations. I'm like, yeah, but that's my right. I claim a religious reason for not giving her vaccinations. That is my right, every parent's right. You don't have to take anything they give you. That changed the entire conversation. Yep. They called Alameda County Health on me. Yep. They called CPS on me, and they called the police on me.
Same here.
Because I was being so-called negligent. They threatened to take my daughter away if I wouldn't allow them to administer the test to see if she had a whooping cough. They wouldn't. They were gonna take her away if I didn't give her the medicine. So I gave her I didn't give her the medicine. I said I took the medicine, but I didn't.
Right.
And I allowed them to do the procedure. And in the midst of the procedure, blood started coming out of her nose and her mouth. And the woman who gave her the procedure said, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this before." So, and I said, "Aren't you a doctor?" She said, "No, I'm a student." So they have people, God. What it is that they use our people as guinea pigs. If you're on Medi-Cal,
thank you.
If you're poor,
thank you.
You're black or you're brown, you are a guinea pig for their students. So I wouldn't put all this to say, I think, the child's parents should find out who exactly her doctor was and if it was actually even a doctor who did the surgery on her.
Exactly.
Because I put money on it. They had a student who didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Do a surgical procedure on this little girl, which is supposed to be simple. But if you have
a doctor, then they wouldn't know
what was supposed to do.
Something that happened that shouldn't have happened.
Right. I put money on it. A student did that.
I believe you.
And the sad part is that they probably signed their right away because that's what you sign your right away. Check it out. Next time y'all go to the hospital, read everything they give you. It's a tiny little paragraph in that first document they give you about your rights.
Exactly.
And one of the rights you sign away is that you just sign away your right to a doctor.
All right. I do want to say that. Oh wait, that was beautiful.